Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is me, Dr. Nur Asniza Ishaq, which is the facilitator for your workshop today. So, this is my SPSS module, and this is me. I am Dr. Nur Asniza, or also known as Dr. Ija. So, it's nice meeting all of you today. And I really hope that you can enjoy the journey of learning parametric data analysis using SPSS. Have a nice day. Right, for this module, we're going to look at the introduction part first, where I'm going to make sure that by the end of the workshop, you'll be able to achieve all of the workshop's objective, which are the first one, to introduce participants to the basic principle of descriptive statistic and inferential statistic in parametric data analysis. In descriptive statistic, participants will be trained to summarize and present data using tables, graph, and summary measurements such as mean, standard deviation, and variance. Then participants will also be introduced to inferential statistics related to probability theory. In inferential statistics, participants will be introduced to the basic of estimation, prediction, and decision making about the population using sample statistics. Participants will be introduced to sample distribution and hypothesis testing using parametric approaches with reference to the field of educational research, because I am from the background of education. But I will also give some examples rather than education background. Yeah. Participants will also be trained in basic skill of statistical reasoning, focusing on simple inferential analysis, as well as analytical skills to filter information obtained from research and also interpret information from SPSS output. Then the univariate statistic is the focus of this workshop, as this will help participants conduct data analysis in their own research. And finally, participants will also be shown how to analyze and interpret educational research data using SPSS. So really hope that during these 3 days of our workshop, you'll be able to achieve all of these objectives. And this is a workshop online that I will cover throughout these 3 days of workshop. There are 11 contents that I will try to explain and discuss with all of you. And of course, we will do some hands-on activity. So the contents are preparing the data file, descriptive statistics, using graph to describe and explore the data, reliability, inferential statistic, t-test, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, correlation, regression, and as well as ANCOVA. So let's go to the first part of this module, which is creating data file. Yeah. So it is very important for you to know how to create a data file and how to enter the data that you have collected from your research into SPSS. So in this section, I will explain to you how we can create a data file and how to enter data into SPSS. So of course, you need a SPSS software. It doesn't matter if you have SPSS 24, 25, 26, or even the latest one, which is SPSS 27. The features are almost the same. Yeah, right. So once you open the SPSS file, this is what you will see. A data file that contains data view as well as variable view, which I will explain what is data view and what is variable view. And if you have collected your data and you have keyed into an Excel, or you use a Google form which automatically can be uploaded into an Excel form, you can transfer automatically wherever that you have keyed in the Excel form into SPSS by importing the data from Microsoft Excel from using SPSS software. So what you can do is that you can go to this site, yeah, right? So you can go to this site, sample data Excel, which you can click, yeah, you can click from the link, okay, and you can also go to the site for sample data SPSS, okay. So how can you import your Excel to SPSS? Is that you open your Excel file in SPSS, right? So how to do that? Here on the top menu of the software, you can see File, There in file, you can see import data. So you choose import data. Okay. And you have to select type of file you want to open from the Excel. Okay, which means you have to find it from your document or from your desktops, wherever places that you have put your Excel form, and select the file name and you open. And if your Excel have heading, so you need to click read variable name, if the first row of the spreadsheet contain column heading, and then you just click OK. Right? So let me show you one example of SPSS file. Okay, I will show you one SPSS file. Hold on a minute. Okay, this is my Excel file, right, which I already import the data from the Excel. But the point here is that I want to show you how you can import the Excel file into SPSS. So like I said, go to the menu bar of SPSS, click File, and you can see Import Data. So now you want to import data from Excel. So just click Excel and choose the Excel file from your computer, either from your document or from your desktop. Let's say I have this one, Excel example data SPSS. I just choose that and then open. So what will appear is this read Excel file box, where you can leave it by default, read variable name from first row of data. You have to click read variable name from first row of data if your data have header, and then you just click OK. So what you can see now from your Excel file is that whatever that you have from your Excel is already imported into SPSS. All right, that is how you can import from Excel. Okay, let's go back to the module. We're done with the import of data from Excel. Okay, now let's move on to the next part of, I'm going to introduce you with the component of the data file, which consists of data view as well as the variable view. So what you have in the data view is a window. In data view window, each of the column is labeled as var. Column is referring to the variable. It will be replaced with the variable's name that you listed in your codebook. So number 1, 2, 3 indicate the case numbers, right? So how do we define the variables? Before you enter your data, you need to tell IBM SPSS about your variables, names, and coding instruction. We will do this in the data editor window, which consists of data view and a variable view. So a variable view is where the variable are listed down the side. Okay, this is you will list down all the variables under name, and you need to characterize listed along the top. Characteristic listed along the top. So we have the name, the type, width, decimal, label, values, missing, column, align, measure, and row. So your job is to define each of your variables. Okay. So name is referring to the name, short name of your variables. It should be unique. Keep short, unique, start with letter, no space or symbol. So SPSS does not read space. As for the second column, which is type, either numeric or string. Numeric if your variable is referring to numbers. String if your variable consists of sentences. So for width, just leave it default at 8. Decimal also default at 2. Label is a column allow you to provide a longer description for your variable than used in name column. Okay. Values used to define the meaning of the values you have used to code your variables. And click values for the variable you wish to specify. I will explain you later on, through hands-on activity. Missing is a column for you to use to indicate missing values. Usually it's not essential, just leave it by default. Column also by default is at 8. Align by default is also right alignment. You can choose either center or left alignment. And measure is quite important, where you need to tell IBM SPSS the measurement scale of your data, whether it is scale, nominal or ordinal. Scale is also known as categorical data. Scale is a continuous data measured at interval of ratio level. Nominal is also known as categorical data, and ordinal if you have ranking for your measurement. So this is an extra note for you to read, and you can also look at the video for further understanding. So next part is that I'm going to show you further during the hands-on activity. Okay, I'm going to move on to screening and cleaning. So this would be one of the steps that is quite essential for you to do before you start analyzing your data. Yes, screening and cleaning the data. Because if you did not do screening and cleaning, you might encounter a problem when you analyze your data. So step 1, you need to check for errors. So the purpose is to find values that fall outside the range of possible values for variable. For example, for gender, I will label 1 for male, 2 for female. Let's say you accidentally type 3, which is for unknown maybe. So when you straight away analyze your data, you may encounter problem because there is value or 3. Yeah, but actually you have labeled the value 1 is for male, 2 is female without any 3 value. So procedure for checking categorical variable. From the main menu at the top of the screen, click on Analyze, click on Descriptive Statistic and go for Frequency. Right? And then choose variable that you want to check and transfer it into variable box. Yeah? Okay, transfer it to variable box. And you click Statistic button, tick minimum and maximum. And this is under Dispersion section. And then continue and then click OK. So for example here, for gender, there are total 439 sample, no missing value. Minimum number is 1, maximum number is 3. Supposedly, minimum number is 1 and maximum number is 2. There is no value for 3. We did not label that in our variable view. So when we look at furthermore, we investigate furthermore in the descriptive statistic, we can see that we accidentally type we accidentally key in one respondent with the value of 3, which is unknown. So you need to rectify this problem by cancelling or removing the 3 values and replacing it with 1 or 2. So what you need to do is you have to identify the respondent, check the hard copy, and then check the gender, the correct gender, and then you key in again for replacing the 3 value. Okay, so step 2 is finding and correcting the error in the data file. So find the error in the data file, click data menu and choose sort cases. Click on the variable that you know has an error, and then on the arrow to move it into sort by box, click either ascending or descending and then click OK. And then you need to replace it so that you can do further analysis. So I have a video here. If you don't understand, you can watch my video, but we'll do the hands-on activity. Okay, so we will move on to the next topic, which is descriptive statistics. But I'm going to show you now the hands-on activity on how to screen and clean the data. But first, I will show you the definition of variable view and data view from the SPSS file. So I need to open the SPSS file.